Why do you like to be alive?
I haven't tried all the restaurants in my area and it actually has been a good motivator to cherish the whole life thing.
There's a lot of places I still want to go, books I want to read, movies I want to see. Even if I don't get to experience it all before I die, I like the anticipation of it all.
There's some shit I still need to do, the list keeps growing, so it's kind of an ongoing thing.
Pretty sure no one will find this comment, but hey, today was a good day for me. I just got my first electric piano and I'm eager to learn this instrument. Now that is a reason to be alive. Music. I wanna master this thing before I go.
Spy.
I fought for it and got it back. Stood on a bridge in December, but family and therapy got me back on track. There are still a lot of lost emotions and confusion within me, but my therapist and me are working on it.
Americans of Reddit, what about Europe makes you go thank goodness we don't have that here?
Being a second-gen Ukrainian, one thing America has that Ukraine doesn't is a societal norm to not drive or park on sidewalks.
As a disabled person, all the goddamn stairs. I'd love to visit France, but the stairs.
_sorts by controversial _.
It's been years since I've been to Europe. Hell, it's been before places here started banning smoking. But I do remember a ton of smoking.
Piers Morgan. Please don't let him come back here.
What did a former friend do that instantly changed your opinion of them?
She asked me to lunch under the guise of catching up, but it was actually just to recruit me for an MLM. A random dude showed up with a PowerPoint presentation and everything. I left and never spoke to her again.
Men who have had a vasectomy, what was it like? Is sex orgasm just as good better worse? Overall, was it worth it compared to other contraceptive options?
It's been about 5 years since I had a snip. I noticed no difference in anything. Was a quick procedure and was healed in 3-4 days.
Worth it. It was 1 day of subtle pain and was back to normal life again. Wish I had done it sooner. Orgasms are the same, only difference is shooting blanks now.
Europeans of Reddit, what about America makes you go thank goodness we don't have that here?
That gap in the bathroom stalls. WTF is that about even?
As a Canadian who has watched American TV my whole life, it's the ask your doctor if this medicine is right for you slogan. Like the doctor recommends pills. I never have to ask my doctor about medicine. Also pharmaceutical ads on TV.
Your food quality. European food security standards are way stricter than the American ones, and I want to keep it that way.
Your healthcare. Also tuition. Your fucking system of Fahrenheit and not using the metric system.
What's something that a dead person said that will always stick with you?
My mom always said let go or be dragged.
From a late grandparent, my biggest regret won't be years. I always took it that I'll live the life that he never got to live, but now I just take it as I'll have different regrets when I'm old. Not something he said, but my dad smiled when I read him one of my poorly written short stories just before he died. He looked so proud of content at hearing me read to him.
My grandfather told me I should marry my GF the day he died. We have now been married nearly 4 years. I think we would have got married anyway, but it certainly concentrated the mind a little bit.
What is a cool history fact that you think people should know?
Not sure how cool, but definitely funny. When Khosrau destroyed Antioch, he took precise measurements of all the buildings and rebuilt the city nearby and named it roughly better than Antioch because Khosrau built this just to spite the Byzantines.
King Henry VIII of England had people who were called grooms of the stool whose job it was to wipe his bottom. During his reign, he had 4 such people, all of whom were knighted. Jackson's parrot had to be removed from his funeral because it kept shouting profanities.
One time the British Navy kidnapped 2 Maori chiefs in the hope of learning the secrets of Maori rope making. Not realizing that in Maori society rope making was traditionally a woman's job, so these poor chiefs had no idea what they were doing.
People who have done no sex until marriage, what was it like to finally do the sex, and are there any regrets?
Took a little longer than I expected to get it right, figuring out how it works and what we each like. No regrets, though. Still good after more than 10 years.
Doing the sex was fun and awkward, just like almost anyone's first time. No regrets, would have sex again.
I was a virgin, my wife was not. We actually had the sex the night before we got married because she said she didn't want to marry a virgin.
Biggest regret? He turned up to be asexual. Did not do the sex for entire marriage. No longer in said marriage.
I married a Catholic divorcee with a teenage daughter who wasn't comfortable with it, so we waited. It wasn't worth waiting for. She was extremely anxious about it and it never got better. We are no longer together.
My wife and I were both virgins on our wedding night and both of us thought it was worth the wait at the time. Now, we're not sure we would make the same choice and are teaching our kids differently.
Your son or daughter has brought their new partner to dinner. What can you say to make this dinner as awkward as possible?
Every time they do anything, just pull out a checklist and say or suck air in through your teeth.
Which one are you again? The one from school, the one from job, or the one from the party?
Wow. You moved on pretty fast.
My Down syndrome sister used to ask every female friend, so when are you two getting married? Or are you guys going to have kids? I never warned them this would happen because the reactions were always hilarious. God, I love my sister.
Surely less handsome than the last one.
What's a small sign that someone is close to suicide?
Someone who has been struggling and seemed sad suddenly seems uncharacteristically happy. It could be they have decided to actually go through with suicide, so whatever issues and problems they had are, in their mind, solved.
Giving away all their stuff.
They start to withdraw from any social activities. Seem distant when speaking to them.